You do not lose half a convoy to one submarine. That is the rule. That is the assumption. That is the quiet confidence behind every convoy order stamped and approved by Imperial Japanese Navy headquarters. A convoy exists for one reason: protection through numbers. Multiple transports. Escorts on the perimeter. Lookouts scanning the horizon. Guns ready. Steel layered upon steel. The math is simple. One submarine might get lucky. One ship might be lost. But half the convoy? Impossible. Japanese naval doctrine believes this with absolute certainty. Their planners assume American submarines are cautious, slow, too risk-averse to press attacks once detected. They assume their escorts, even when spread thin, are enough. They assume discipline and formation equal safety. And for years they are proven mostly right. Submarines stalk. Submarines fire. A torpedo explodes. And then the hunter slips away, chased by depth charges, lucky to survive. That is the rule. But in January of 1943, in the dark waters off New Guinea, one American submarine refuses to follow it. And in a matter of minutes, one patrol will shatter Japanese confidence at sea. You are Lieutenant Commander Dick O'Kane, 29 years old, lean, intense, and already obsessed with doing one thing better than anyone else in the U.S. Navy: killing ships. You are not the captain. That role belongs to Commander Dudley "Mush" Morton, a man with ice in his veins and a gambler's instinct for when to push past doctrine. But you are his right hand, his executive officer, his fire control expert, the man who turns angles, speed, and distance into death. You stand watch aboard USS Wahoo, a Gato-class submarine, 311 feet of steel packed with 80 men, diesel fuel, and 10 torpedo tubes. The air smells of oil, sweat, and recycled oxygen. The deck plates vibrate constantly. Nothing is comfortable. Nothing is quiet. It is early 1943. The Pacific War is still very much in doubt. Guadalcanal bleeds. Allied supply lines are stretched. Japanese shipping keeps armies fed and armed across thousands of miles of ocean. And yet American submarines are underperforming. Torpedoes malfunction. Doctrine is cautious. Patrols are conservative. Many commanders fire from long range then retreat. Results are disappointing. Morton does not accept this. Neither do you. You believe submarines must attack aggressively. Close. Inside the screen. At night. On the surface if necessary. You believe hesitation kills more submariners than enemy guns ever will. Now Wahoo prowls off Wewak, New Guinea, a known shipping route. Intelligence suggests a convoy is moving through the area. Troops, supplies, fuel. High-value targets. The sea is calm. Visibility is good. And just after sunset, the lookout reports it. Smoke on the horizon. A convoy. This is the moment. And there will be no second chance. You slide into the control room as the contact report comes in. The captain is already moving. Take her down. The boat submerges. Hatches seal. The last echo of the surface world disappears as the periscope dips below the waves. You track the convoy through sound alone. Propeller beats. Multiple screws. Slow-moving transports. Escorts present but not tight. Spacing is sloppy. This convoy does not expect trouble. Morton makes the call. We're going in. Not one shot. Not two. A full attack. You calculate solutions as the range closes. 3,000 yards. 2,500. 2,000. The periscope rises for a brief, dangerous look. Silhouettes slide across the lens. Big ships. Packed tight. Too tight. You feel your pulse in your throat. At 1,500 yards, depth charges could kill you. At 1,000, deck guns could shred you. But the torpedoes will not fail from this range. Morton waits. 900 yards. Fire one. The boat shudders as the first torpedo leaves the tube. Then another. Then another. 4 torpedoes racing toward 4 ships. You count silently. 30 seconds. 40. 50. The first explosion hits like a hammer. A transport erupts in flame. Steel peels open. The sound rolls through the water and into your chest. Then a second detonation. Then a third. 3 ships burning. Alarms erupt in the convoy. Escorts accelerate. Searchlights slash the darkness. Guns fire wildly into empty water. This is where most submarines withdraw. Wahoo does not. Morton orders the boat to surface. You break through into chaos. On the surface at night inside the convoy, the deck gun crew races forward. The 4-inch gun barks, shells slamming into a crippled transport at point-blank range. Fire spread. Men abandon ship. You reload torpedo tubes. Another transport crosses your bow. Fire. A torpedo strikes amidships. The ship lists hard. Then another explosion, secondary, internal, catastrophic. She breaks apart. Japanese escorts charge toward you now, tracers streaking overhead. One shell punches through the conning tower. Shrapnel sprays the bridge. Crash dive. You plunge beneath the surface as depth charges roll off escort racks. The first detonates close. The hull screams. Lights flicker. Men brace. Another charge. Closer. A third. Paint flakes from the bulkheads. Someone is bleeding. You count again. 10 seconds. 20. Then silence. The escorts race past, convinced you are dead. You are not. You surface again. Another burning ship drifts helplessly nearby. You You fire one last torpedo. It hits. By the time Wahoo finally slips away, the sea behind you is littered with wreckage. 4 transports sunk. 1 damaged. More than half the convoy destroyed in a single engagement. Japanese losses, thousands of troops, vehicles, fuel and supplies gone. American losses, none. And the enemy cannot understand how this happened. Mid-roll seat. If you find this kind of forgotten history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage, sacrifice and tactical genius deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help us ensure they aren't forgotten. The true impact is not felt immediately. Japanese commanders initially refused to believe the reports. One submarine cannot do this. The math does not work. The doctrine does not allow it. But the shipping never arrives. Convoy routes change. Escorts are reassigned. Fear creeps in. Every contact report now carries uncertainty. American Submarine Command takes notice. Wahoo's patrol report circulates quietly. Aggressive tactics. Close-range attacks. Surface engagements. Results speak louder than doctrine ever could. What they didn't know was that this patrol would reshape the entire submarine war. Within months, new commanders adopt the same mindset. Close. Relentless. Unforgiving. Japanese shipping losses skyrocket. And it all traces back to one night, one convoy, and one submarine that refused to obey the rule. Dick O'Kane survives this patrol. He goes on to command USS Tang, becoming the most successful American submarine commander of the war. Many of the men aboard Wahoo do not live to see the end. The submarine is lost later in 1943 with most hands. Their names are etched into memorials. Their patrols reduced to lines in war diaries. But what they did off New Guinea still matters. Because it proves something timeless. That arrogance invites disaster. That courage rewrites rules. And that history turns on moments when someone dares to go closer than anyone thinks possible. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or state and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Dick O'Kane and the 80 men of USS Wahoo do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered.